Sorcerer, known as the best caster in BG3, throwing back-to-back high damage AoE and devastating CC. But what if I told you they can be a tank sorcerer? Hi guys, welcome back to the video. I love making BG3 build guides, and today I'm going to show you one more way to play a spellcaster tank, a sorcerer tank. Yes, you heard me. While a barbarian may stand like a rock, but lack of ability to protect, Paladin might have higher AC with a so-so spells and limited class features, which still kinda excellent. But you know what is also excellent? The capability to bomb anyone with devastating spells and burn them to ashes while standing in the face of his enemies. Don't tell me this is not mocking at its finest. And unlike Wizard Tank, we can do it in one single turn back to back. So what? What is the secret to unlock the next King of Tanking class in line? 2 words. Draconic Resilience. Okay, a +3 to armor class, so what? Bro, we are still getting started. Draconic Resilience, considered as natural armor, an unarmored armor, and what's best to pair with unarmored armor? This. Yes, this is a Blade Singer tank in disguise. We'll still be taking higher level in Sorcerer, but in the end, this is a high AC Blade Singer tank with Blade Song as its core. We'll only be taking 5 levels in this bad boy to get 3 times Blade Song per long rest and a +3 to armor class. That also means we still get access to plenty higher level spells. But stacking more and more AC alone will get you nowhere. FYI, just standing there with chunky badonkadong levels of AC will actually discourage the AI from attacking you, and that completely defeats the purpose of being a tank. But let me remind you, one of the strongest tools to provoke or bait the enemy is actually casting a spell. Specifically, concentrating on a spell. As we know, the AI will try to get rid of it. I mean, these words. Like what usually happen to your everyday spellcaster, but this time we stand like a boulder. Plus, one of the biggest aspects of building a tank is disruption. And the biggest disruption tool in BG3 comes from high-level, powerful spells. Hypnotic Pattern, Slow, Fear, Confusion. No wonder spellcasters eventually outperform martial classes in so many ways. In this case, even in tanking. But speaking of tanking, note that this will be a highly item-dependent build, so I hope you don't mind. +2 from Bracers of Defense, +1 from that one ring from Maul, with a total 19 AC in smaller fights, and enough to clear up Act 1. And more +2 from Haste, +2, even +3 from Blade Song, and a +5 from Shield Spell. In bigger fights, you're standing with a total 29 AC at level 6. God damn! And later, maybe +1 from Bracing Band, but I suppose no one would give up Boots of Speed, so never mind, we can still replace it with Ring of Twilight and the Cloak from Act 2. And at level 7, we put Fighter level as cherry on top with a total 22 AC in normal phase and a whopping 32 AC on bigger setup. Bro, what? I know you won't keep your AC that high all the time, but don't sweat it, I haven't folded my cards yet. At level 1 Draconic Sorcerer, we get to choose what kind of element you want. With red, gold, and brass, you can gather around your enemies with US bait and let them taste your fireball on their face. Same goes with blue and bronze. With black and copper, acid is a great support tool, reducing enemy AC so your allies can hit hard and execute. With white and silver, cold damage is one of the least resist damage in the game with some great and powerful crowd control. But I'm still not choosing yet, and I'm not choosing any of them. I will choose... Yes, one of the worst damage type to build on, but that's okay. Apart from damage, we specifically need Green Draconic Sorcerer because Poison Condition causes disadvantage on attack rolls. Remind me again how many of you struggle to fight Anti-Ethel or Balthazar? Yes, we use this against our enemies, make them taste their own medicine. At level 6, Elemental Affinity gives us bonus damage equal to our Charisma modifier, and later, we get Cloud Kill, constant poison damage, flooding the map with disadvantage on enemies, and as we maintain concentration, we can recast it every single time. This is bombastic. The fact that this spell has a close range, I think it's supposed to be a close range spell. Our AC is through the roof, enemies have disadvantage against us, enemies still forced to pick you off by program. This is practically cheating. But we're not done yet. Later when you're about to take your feats, take Dual Wielder feat to gain +1 more AC. Wait, doesn't the Blade Song not work if you use staffs? Exactly. It only works with specific weapons. One of them is rapiers. Which is why having Will in your party will be essential, and I hope you don't mind siding with him because his rapier is the most suitable weapon for this build. And later in Act 3, just as important, Cold Snap with a total +2 AC. Where are we at now for AC again? Oh, 34. A 34 AC Sorcerer build? This is crazy! Back to character selection screen, we take 14 Con for survivability and obviously 16 Charisma for damage and our main spellcasting modifier, also making this build a solid party face. And our bread and butter, 16 Dex for initiative and AC. You can even push it further with 17 Dex plus Ethel's Hair for a clean +1 AC. Well, if you don't mind taking Ethel's Hair for this build. Who here got pissed fighting Balthazar? Me! Now we're becoming Balthazar himself, fat, chunky, and untouchable. Like I said in my subraces list video, the Gold Dwarf is the best tank race, period. With Dwarven Toughness extra HP and Draconic Resilience, or HP basically doubles. And if you triple it with the Tough feat, you're a living Terminator.
I'll be back.
In Act 1 and 2, we stick with our formation, plus Poisoner's Robe grants you a D4 extra poison damage. You will eventually move on from these items. First, because Cloud Kill doesn't apply poison condition by itself, and we're in dire need to apply the poison condition, especially in Act 3. So we pick up Poisoner's Glove from the House of Healing, and if you complete the full Poisoner's set, you will clean up even more loose ends, and now your tank can heal multiple times when enemies are poisoned over and over. Bro, this build just keeps on going. Plus, you still get to stabby with your bonus action and apply even more poison condition. Too bad Poisoner's Ring doesn't make it in this build since it costs your action, and the reset is per long rest. That's just too much of a price. Next, there are better light armors waiting in Act 3 since Blade Song works with light armor with 14 base AC and a +1 to your armor class. I suggest you to switch into this since the build isn't a damage based type, so survivability will be our top priority. Remember that dwarves have Dwarven Resilience? Now combine that with Dark Fire Shot Bow and the tank build is complete. We have resistance of two most common damage types in the game, Poison and Fire, plus Ice, and we resist the poison condition. And that concludes the build. Thank you for reaching this far. I hope this worth your while. And if you're thinking about your next playthrough, you might wanna play a Dark Urge who suffocates people instead of just blindly murdering everything. If the Dark Urge were a sorcerer, I think this suits its disturbing archetype perfectly. They would be more cunning, more ruthless, casually strolling past their enemies, spitting in their faces, cold, calculated, and absolutely brutal. Now that's peak aura farming. And that's it for the video. That's all I've got. I'll see you next time.